Can you give your account of what happened on the day of the burglary?
Yep. So I'd been out the night before, came home, parked the car, went to bed as normal, woke up the next morning, pulled the curtains back, looked out, and my car wasn't there, which I thought was very strange. So came downstairs and found my sort of front door had been tampered with, and I'd been broken into, car keys stolen, and a couple of other items were taken, and yeah, really confused, shocked, angry, and immediately called the police. Police came quickly, got a locksmith around who helped secure the property, but yeah, that was the incident.
What did you know about restorative justice before you took part?
Yeah, very little, other than I've probably seen TV programmes where victims have met, offenders before. So I got a call from the restorative justice team asking me if I was interested in taking part. So they offered me a sort of no obligation visit, and I was curious to find out about, the offender, hear their story, and also try to help them in terms of reoffending. So I was keen to meet them and find out a bit about the burglary, why they targeted me, and ultimately help them to avoid reoffending in the future.
Why did you want to meet your offender?
Yeah, I was really keen to hear their story, why they'd targeted my property, how they felt about it after the incident. I wanted them to hear my side of the story in terms of the impact on me and my family. So I was really keen to ask them questions about why my property had been targeted to help my security going forward, but equally to make sure this doesn't happen to somebody else. So if I could help them see the error of their ways, then I think that would be a good outcome too.
So what happened when you met your offender?
Okay, so I'd had a couple of meetings with the restorative justice team in advance, so that helped prepare me for the day. So I went to see them in prison, and the meeting was facilitated by a member of the restorative justice team. The offender came in and they were accompanied by a sort of prison officer at all times, so it felt safe and secure. And the offender apologised for their crime. They wanted to understand the impact on me and my family, so I could explain that to them. And there was a chance to ask them various questions. So it was a good two-way meeting, and I felt it went really well. Felt safe, secure, and really well organised.
And how did you feel after you'd met?
Yeah, I think it helped me sort of get closure following the burglary. That I could tell that the offender was remorseful for the crime that they committed. I find out a bit more about security aspects of my property, so I beefed up the security on my property, got some advice from them about what it was about my house and my car that made me perhaps more vulnerable than I would otherwise be. So yeah, it helped get closure, and it was good to hear them apologise and commit to being a better person going forward.
Did you feel he was genuinely remorseful?
Yeah, I did. I could look the guy in the eye, and he didn't break down in tears, but I could tell he was upset hearing the accounts, and I think it helped him meeting victims just to understand the impact of what he'd done. So that came away from that meeting feeling that he was genuinely remorseful.
And what was it like to see the person who you hadn't known his face before then?
Yeah, I think the restorative justice team prepared me well, so it wasn't a shock seeing him come in. So I knew a little bit about his situation and what to expect. But yeah, it was odd seeing somebody come through the door that had been in your property and had taken your property. So yeah, it was an unusual situation, but I'm really glad I did it, and got to see things that I would not otherwise see in my sort of normal life.
How did you feel after you met?
Yeah, I was pleased that I'd gone through the restorative justice process. I say it helped me get closure as a result of the burglary. So I was really glad that I'd done it. I got some advice about home security from the offender as well. So that helped me beef up my security at home after the event as well. So you know, I'm glad I did it, and you know, seeing them remorseful also, you know, made me feel good about, you know, the process and hopefully help making sure that person doesn't reoffend in the future.
What would you say to anyone that is considering doing restorative justice?
Yeah, I encourage people to certainly find out more about it and take part if they feel it's right for them. So, as I thought it was a very well organised process. There was no pressure put on me to participate. So, you know, all the way through I could have pulled out, but you know, I was really keen to do it, and yeah, I'd encourage anybody else to find out more about the process and give it a go.